In my last video, I introduced you to my Eminent Haste, a 160-170 travel bike, and a lot of you were asking, why would you ever need that much travel when you live in Missouri? Well, this is why. This is Shepherd Mountain in Ironton, Missouri, with 600 foot of vert and boulders that tower over you. So, no wonder it was the perfect place to build a downhill mountain bike park. In today's video is all about the beginnings of it, as we're only a few weeks into the building process. But to do that, we need to go back to the start.
I just mentioned to a guy I didn't even know, I was just sitting by him at lunch, how cool it would be to mountain bike down this mountain.
This is Clinton Sylvie, and this is Dave Coolio, founding member of Gort Gravity.
And he put me in touch with the mayor and a local group, but that's what really started the conversation. And Dave and our friend Steve Friedman, we came down in kind of the early days and just talked to them about the mountain and the potential and all the things that this could be.
Here we are now, a year later,
and we were less than a year from me mentioning it to having the trail builders up here digging trails. We got funding from a group, a board called the Iron County Economic Partnership that has a fund that's to be used for economic development and tourism. It's intended to be something that we want to bring as many people to this region, get them to come, ride, stay, check out some of the other parks that are around that are really cool.
And here we are today. After lots of hard work and perseverance, today is finally groundbreaking. And it's not just mountain bikers that are excited for this project, because the entire town and region are extremely welcoming and on board with it. But nobody's more excited other than the mayor, Robert Lauerwood. This town is in much need of tourism and economic growth. And this downhill park gives hopes of lots of it. No, the small fee that you pay to get shuttled to the top is not gonna revive the town. But it's things like the motel you stay in for the night and the burger you get at a local restaurant after your ride that will. And let me tell you, Ironton has some good food. This is how places like Bentonville have benefited so much from mountain biking. And tourism is not the only thing that Ironton hopes for, but getting kids outside and creating a healthier future. I'm sure that all of you can agree with me that getting kids on bikes and back outside is extremely important. But mountain biking is not the only thing that Ironton will have to offer. Ironton was also home to the Battle of Fort Davidson during the Civil War. They have things like a museum, historic site, and even a restaurant themed around it. But my favorite non-mountain biking attraction has got to be Elephant Rocks. Drive just a few minutes north and you're at a hiking trail weaving throughout some pretty amazing rock formations. So, when you go to the mountain bike park, you can just drop your family off here and, well, they'll be pretty entertained. The best part? You can climb wherever you want, but just use your brain before you wander. Alright, let's head back to the trails. Holy cow, they've gotten a lot done. But who in the world is building all this stuff?
So my name's Alex Scott. My wife and I own Jaged Axe Trail Designs.
Sorry for the shaky video. I forgot my tripod, and whose hands wouldn't be shaky when they're talking to the world's best trail builder?
We started the company just over 2 years ago, and before that we were working with and being mentored by Tony Boone Trails out of Colorado. And yeah, here we are, just building trails on a mountain in Missouri. That doesn't make sense, but it's here.
Over a seemingly short period of time, Alex has acquired a crew of extremely talented trail builders.
This mountain's pretty awesome just because, as you can see, there's a ton of rock around us. And even in that rock, like, you dig down a few inches and it's just this beautiful sandy clay dirt that, as you saw up above, just packs like concrete. So with 600 feet of vert, rock, and good dirt, you got yourself a recipe for a really good bike park. So for phase one, we're doing 2 black, 1 blue, kind of like tech mixed run. The 4th run would be a like flow blue trail, some jumps, using the natural terrain a lot though, just real fast and kind of a good intermediate between the 5th, which will be the green run.
But Alex and his crew aren't the only ones building on the mountain. Gork is volunteering to build a 2-mile-long multi-use climbing trail to get to the top. Gork, or Gateway Off-Road Cyclist, is a non-profit organization that builds 90% of the trails in the St. Louis area.
Boom.
For this build, Dave is at the forefront of it. He's out almost every day in a mini excavator clearing trail. But it's not just Dave building the trail. After he clears the way and cuts the bench, it has to be groomed and packed by hand. And that's where the volunteers come in. You'll be able to climb this trail to get to the top when the shuttles aren't running, or if you just want to earn your descent. But for now, this excavator's stuck back here until we make it to the top. To all of you who are still here, I'm sure you're all waiting for the same thing, the riding. So let's put on our gear, start up the GoPro, and hike a bike to the top.
Yeah.
Right now, there are only 2 trails to get to the top.
Come on.
Steep and less steep. Yeah. No, these are not going to be the official shuttle roads for when it opens up. And by the way, they're going to be shuttling you in a Hummer, so that's kind of cool. And with the magic of video editing, we're at the top. So let's drop in and see what this is all about. This is the Black Diamond Trail that they have begun working on.
Whoa.
Fun little step-down jump to start things off.
Whew. That's cool.
It flows super good, so let's go hit it again.
Up here. I'm gonna ride down a bit further and see what there is. What's this? Oh, it's...
Is the squirrel catcher.
Oh, God.
Go look fear in the face.
I've seen tons of videos of this feature, but let's see how it compares to real life.
Oh, my God.
This thing looks 50 times steeper in real life.
All I can see is my face on the ground.
Might as well be better off using it as a drop. Jeez. Nonetheless, Clinton's gonna give it a go.
Are you gonna do it?
Oh, it's not bad.
Seeing him roll out rubber side down gave me a little bit of hope, so let's give it a few run-ups.
It like turns.
You know, really in control of your bike, like elbows bent.
I think I can do it, but I think I want to do it.
It's you. It's up to you. I'm not going to tell you no.
Dropping! Dude! Feels like you're floating.
I can't wait to tell Kyle Krangle, because he's going to get here tomorrow and not want to do it. Like Justin did it after 2 run-ups.
That felt super amazing, but now that I had it off my chest, it was time to move on to the next feature.
Do you jump this?
I don't even know what you would call this, sort of like a natural whale-tailed jump drop thing? Jump or roll the first rock, ride down, back up, and then drop off the second one.
I think I'm gonna give it a go. Whoa. Yeah.
I'm gonna need a lot more speed for this, so let's go back up and commit for real.
Alright, give it another go. Woo, it's sketchy.
It was sketchy but super fun, so let's go back up and try and jump the first one. Sadly, that was all that was rideable that day, but we went home satisfied with our progression. Until a few days later, we caught wind that something crazy was happening, so we hopped in the car.
Oh my god!
And we have arrived at this so-called crazy feature.
What? Where? Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
At first, I was so stunned by the huge boulders that I didn't even know where it went.
Wait, where do you even go?
You are literally riding along, or wait, Clinton, you're gonna look at it first, right? It's game on now. You are seriously riding along a ridgeline of huge boulders, down some jank and then off a drop. I said it once and I'll say it twice. The GoPro effect is in full swing here. But let's just give it a run up. Right here was where my brain decided that this was no longer a run up.
Whoa!
I did it! It was super sketchy, but I did it! I let my brakes off way too early, sent it deep, and almost ran into a rock, but I went full commit. I just want to say huge thanks to Jaged Axe Trail Designs, the mayor, and everybody who made this possible. And if you've made it this far and you're still not subscribed, well, then might as well. If you want to learn more about this bike park, head over to train-mag.com because their latest issue has a whole article about it. Also, huge thanks to Eminent Cyclists for supporting the channel. My haste plowed me through so many things that would have otherwise caused me to crash. Plus, for all your bike shop needs in St. Louis, you can head over to Take a Hike Shop. Or if you're not in the area, you can head over to takeahikeshop.com. But as always, you know what to do. Shred for life, peace!